This right here is a very cool AI image generator. It's called Recraft, and besides regular images, it also creates editable vector illustrations, icons, logos, and even mockups, all from a simple text prompt. I recently came in contact with Recraft, and honestly, I was not expecting much. I thought it was just another AI image generator, but I really enjoyed working with it and found that it's much more than that. This thing feels like the first AI image tool that actually understands how designers work. It's not perfect, but the results are good, the workflow is smooth, and it's surprisingly fun to use. So let me show you what I mean. And before we get started, I would just like to say that this is not a sponsored video, and these are my own opinions. Let's go. You can get this by going to Recraft.ai, and then you would just need to click on login or get started to create a free account, or log in if you already have an account. And once you're inside, you get to this dashboard basically that gives you all your current projects. You can also access the community here to see what other people have created, and you have access to a couple of other things. So it's really easy to get started. You create a new project basically, and then you create a new image. And then what you do is basically enter your prompt here. Let's say a raccoon with big guns and rockets. And then you would just hit Recraft. And that's going to work. It's magic. It's going to generate your image. And what I found about Recraft so far is that it works really fast, right? It generates the images really fast. And right here at the bottom, you can see we have an additional option for the generated image, and you can pick from either of them. And you also have additional options here. You can specify the artistic level. Do you want a simple image, clean, dynamic, expressive, eccentric? If you do eccentric and you press Recraft, that's going to regenerate your images based on the new parameters that you selected, right? So as you can see, this one is a much more expressive illustration. And not only that, you can actually click on this drop down here and you can select your style. And we have just so many styles to choose from. The one that I've been using now is called Recraft V3 Raw, but you can choose from either of these. Maybe you want something that looks real, very real. Let's do photorealism, right? We'll apply that and we'll just hit Recraft, and the app will just regenerate those images. And it creates this, which looks like super realistic. It actually looks like rockets from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is the second option. So cool. Now, one of the things that I love about Recraft, and something that I haven't seen on other tools, is the ability for the AI to create vector illustrations, vector assets, right? That you can then copy as vectors and paste them to whatever software you're using. So let's create a new image here. And I'm going to click this drop down. And if I scroll down, we get to vector art. And there are a bunch of styles we can choose from here. Let's go with maybe this, color blobs. So let's apply that. And let's enter our prompt here. And why not keep the Marvel references going? So we'll say Thor and Captain Marvel having a picnic. So we'll hit Recraft and see what that gives us. And there it is. Thor and Captain Marvel having a picnic. Of course, this is the style of illustration that I chose. Now, what's interesting about this is that it's vector, it's editable, right? I can click on the colors here, right? And it gives me all the colors that are being used. And I can click on a specific color and I can change it. And that's going to change it directly on the illustration. Now, with this, I can actually go to the top right-hand corner where it says export. I can choose the resolution and I can choose the format. SVG in this case would be vector, but I can also export it in PNG, JPEG, PDF, the more traditional formats, but also as a Lottie. So if you're doing animations, you want to bring this into Lottie so you can animate it on the web, you can do that really well. And if at some point you decide, okay, maybe I want this illustration to look a little bit different, then you can simply open this drop down back up and you can choose another style. Let's say you want it in, I don't know, this mosaic style, right? So you would hit apply and then recraft that illustration, and it's going to give you, it's going to keep the theme basically. It's going to generate the same illustration, but in a different style. So now Thor and Captain Marvel having a picnic will look something like this. This doesn't really look like Thor, but hey, you get the idea. As I said, it's not perfect, and you can always just iterate until you get to what you want. Now, another feature that I really like about this platform is the ability to create mockups. So here's how that works. Imagine you want to quickly create a mockup of something, of your logo, of your pattern on like a real product, a mug, a t-shirt, whatever. So here's what you do. Let's say we generate, first of all, the medium, right? The object. So let's say a racing helmet on top of a glass surface. So let's craft that. So this is what it created. Super cool. Now let's design our pattern or logo or whatever it is that we want to apply to the mockup. So for that, I'm going to create a new image. I'm going to open this drop down and I'm going to scroll down to maybe the colorful badge logos. So let's apply that. And I'm going to say logo for a racing team called Apex Racing. And I'm going to say transparent background. And I'm going to hit Recraft. Let's see what that gives us. So it gave me this style. Not sure I actually like that. So let's actually choose something else. Let's do this sharp drawn logo. Let's recraft it. See what it gives us. And that's a totally different style. What about this one? This is more interesting. Okay, so let's go with this one. So what you need to do basically here is you need to select the image that you want to use as the mockup, and then you would go to the top and click Make Mockup. Okay, now this will analyze the image and it's gonna basically determine what needs to be a mockup. And then you simply drag your image on top like this. Right, and it's gonna add it directly on top like this. And as you can see, it's following like the curvature of the helmet here, which is very, very impressive. It's a very cool way of creating a mockup. And you have some additional options here for the mockup. You can tile it, you can repeat it, you can mirror it, you can even add a mask. So if your image, for instance, it's getting too big like this, yeah, you can add a mask by clicking here and then just masking off a certain area, and your image will not be applied to that area. And there are tons and tons of things you can do with this. I just showed you a few of them. There are a lot more advanced features in Recraft. For example, you have the ability to add your own styles to create these images. You can import images that have the style that you want, and you can then ask the AI to create other images using that particular styles, and many, many more. Now, in terms of pricing, I think this is fairly good. If we take a look in the upper right-hand corner, you can see that these are my tokens, my credits, basically. I got a pro plan, and that came with 1,000 credits. Now I have 912 left, and I played around with the app a little bit, so 1,000 credits I think will definitely last for quite a good while there. And if we look at pricing at the time of this recording, the pro plan is $10, Teams is $55 if we're doing the monthly, or a little bit more if we're, if we do yearly, and a little bit more if we pay monthly. So yeah, Recraft might not replace your design tools, but it fits right alongside them, and I think it shows a lot of promise. What I showed you here today was just my first contact, my first impressions, and I'll be sure to come back with additional details once I had the chance to, work with it for longer. So give it a try and let me know in the comments what you'd use it for. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.